Okay, so we continue analyzing. This time we'll see a game between Nimzowitsch and Salwe. We'll see a French. White plays e4, black plays e6, d4, d5, and as you probably know, the main move here is playing knight to c3. However, white plays with e5. This is the advanced variation. When we play this, we have more space as white. We are also controlling the f6 square, therefore he won't have that defender on the king side. And the other variation is playing the Tarrasch with knight to d2. So e5, black plays c5, and we play c3. Of course, it's important for us to keep a nice pawn chain. Black plays knight to c6, we play knight to f3, and then queen b6. Well, this is a standard move in the French. When black plays queen b6, then we can't move our bishop on c1, and he's putting some pressure in our center. We play bishop to d3. Nowadays we don't see this move often. We can see bishop e2. It's a common move here. The same goes for a3. Here white is trying to play b4. The thing is, bishop d3 is a gambit in this position. Black plays bishop to d7. Nowadays you'll find c takes d4 is the main move. He can't take the pawn yet. If knight takes, queen takes, then we have bishop b5 check, and we end up taking his queen. What he can play here is something like bishop to d7, and then he's attacking the d4 pawn. Anyway, white is sacrificing this pawn in the main line. We have some gambits here. This is another one where white he's down 2 pawns, but he's got some counterplay. I believe he has to castle here. If he plays bishop e2, then he's wasting a big tempo, and if he goes bishop c2, we can play something like knight to b4, and he's getting our bishop pair. Not to mention, he can also consider a move like this. This is annoying for us because we can't castle. So that is the main line. He plays bishop to d7, and then we can play this. Problem for black here is he doesn't have a strong center anymore, and we'll push that bishop back by playing b4, maybe a4 too. And he plays f6. I think this is mistaken from the strategy point of view. He's opening that position too much, and his king is still in the center. It's not easy to suggest an alternative though. I mean, if knight he e7, then he'll play b4, and we know this bishop is trapped. And maybe, okay, if a5, then he is stopping b4, although I see new squares we can try attacking. We have some holes, for instance. Now we can try jumping there. Maybe knight bd2, knight b3. This is possible as well. F6, as I said, I don't think black is ready to play something like this, and we have to keep the initiative, so we play b4, bishop to e7, and then we play bishop f4. There's no need of taking on f6. If we take there, then he's developing the knight for free. It's much better to play something like bishop f4, f takes e5, knight takes, and black keeps on trading pieces off here. Well, that makes sense. He's lacking space, therefore trading should be good. And of course, we'll consider here taking this bishop on d7. That bishop happens to be a bad bishop, although it's the only one guarding e6. And we know e6 is a weakness for black, so knight takes e5, bishop takes, and then knight to f6. We can see we have targets here. His center is not good. That e6 pawn is backwards. And yeah, if we double up on the e file, maybe queen e2, rook to e1, we'll put some pressure there. When I see this position, I already see stuff like this, or maybe knight d2, knight f3, and then knight to d4. Placing a knight on d4, or maybe placing a knight on e5, trying to blockade his center. And then, yeah, that is what white plays. Black castles here, and then knight to f3. Yeah, white plays the simple way. Knight b3 was also possible. I like this though. Knight e5 becomes a possibility here, and then black decides to play bishop to d6. And this was another possibility. We were saying that that bishop on d7 was a bad bishop. So if he plays bishop b5, well, he's getting rid of his bad bishop. However, feels like that queen on b6 is kind of overloaded. So after bishop d4, queen a6, he's wasting too many tempos here. And of course e6 is weak. Even if he plays queen d7, we play rook e1, and we are about to take this pawn, so here bishop to d6. When he plays this, then he's trading off his best bishop. Bishop d7, I mean, if I were black, I would leave that bishop there. I know it's a bad bishop, but it is defending e6, so queen e2. Yeah, there's no rush to take. Rook to c8. And then here we realize c3 is kind of weak. Maybe rook to c1, it's possible. I'm analyzing something like this: rook c1, then trying to play a3, guarding b4, and then I play c4. If I play this, we make sure c3 is not a weakness anymore. We get rid of it. I like what Nimzowitsch played. He played bishop d4. From d4, the bishop is protecting c3 too, and we continue advancing and winning space. Queen c7, we play knight to e5, and then black keeps the bishop pair by playing bishop to e8. taking the knight on e5 is quite risky. I mean, it's risky from the positional point of view. He's left with the bad bishop, and there's no way he can control dark squares. In fact, we have a lot of freedom here to attack. We can also consider bringing the rook via the third rank. So bishop e8 should be better. So we continue here, advancing like this, and then he ends up taking the knight. I'm not sure about this move. I know black's position, it's tough to play, but bishop takes e5 is not great looking. After that, we have a big positional advantage. We also have that positional advantage here, but with that bishop on e8 maybe, yeah, bishop h5, maybe a waiting move. Let us say we play a6. I'm just trying to see what is our threat as white. Maybe knight f3, trying to play this, and after this knight e5, maybe. We have a lot of threats here, taking the knight, taking on h7, taking on f7 or e6. Well, he can also try taking on h2. I mean, I still think white is much better here, but at least black has some counterplay. When he plays bishop takes e5, he's killing his own counterplay. Bishop to d4, we attack that pawn, bishop to d7, and then queen to c2. Look at those bishops. The bishop pair is quite powerful in this position. A lot of players, they would consider playing f3, trying to stop knight to e4. But the only drawback I see in playing f3 is that we can't bring the rook via the third rank. We can still do that by playing something like rook to e1, rook to e5. I mean, rook e5, rook e5. So queen c2, this is flexible, and then we prepare rook e3, rook e3, or h3. He plays rook f7, we play rook e3. We can't win the pawn yet. If we take the knight, then he takes back with the he pawn, and h7 is protected. So we play rook to e3. Black plays b6. I don't think a7 was under attack. I mean, if we took that pawn, we haven't analyzed this yet. I mean, we had the chance of taking that pawn before, but as you probably know, it's risky. He'll play b6, and he'll end up trapping our bishop. I think he plays b6 here because he's trying to play a waiting move. The other chance I would try here, I think it's not working though, it's knight to e4. Maybe I lose a pawn, but I'll try playing with opposite color bishops. You know that sometimes with opposite color bishops we have some drawing chances. So, I mean, something like this. I believe white is much better, but maybe like this, black has some drawing chances. If I were white, I'm not taking. I'm playing something like this. And then I still have the bishop pair, so... Okay, b6, rook e3, king h8, he's still defending. And here comes the winning move. we have a lot of pieces attacking. Also, that queen on c6 is not playing much, it's not helping in defense, so instead of playing something like rook h3, which is possible, or maybe bringing more pieces into the attack with rook e1 and rook e5, I think we can punish him right here. And the move to do that is bishop takes h7, and then he plays e5. Well, if he plays knight takes h7, then we have this move, attacking the rook, attacking the e7 pawn, and yeah, in a lot of variations. We also have rook to h3, and this is winning. We have to be careful not to play rook to h3 here, because he plays rook f5, and even after this move e4, he plays this, and this is tricky. Suddenly he's defending successfully, and he keeps the extra piece. So bishop takes, then e5. Nice in-between move here. We can't take on e5 now, because then knight takes, and difference is the queen is helping now, therefore we can't play queen e6. So we play this in-between move. Now his king is open, we have an extra pawn. That should be enough to win, but it's always good to learn from Grandmaster's technique. Here we play rook to e1. Yeah, if we move that bishop on d4, then he'll take on c3. So we play this, queen d6, bishop e3. Feels like he's getting some counterplay here, but if you think about it, he's opening that position more and more, and that's favoring our bishop pair. So bishop e5, takes. Now, apart from the extra pawn, we also have an isolated pawn here. That means this pawn can't be protected by other pawns, can only be protected by pieces. This should be an easy win, and we don't have to rush. We have to go little by little, because black is lacking counterplay here. So he tries king f8, simple maneuver, targeting the e5 pawn, bishop e8, bishop f5. Well, in this position I would also take. I don't mind taking, because I know, if I take, I'm trading pieces off, and I have the extra pawn. So bishop f5, queen d4. Well, that's helping us, but I understand what else can he play. He can't even move the knight because of the check on e7. So queen d4. Here we are absolutely winning. The rest, I think we should use the king too, just in case. So king d6, we trade, and then we advance with our passers. Those pawns are our advantage. Here after h4, black resigns here. Yeah, there's no point in playing on here. Even if he plays a5, we just leave the pawn on b4. He can't enter our position because of the bishop. And even if he plays king e5, at some point we can play e3 f4, pushing that king back, and then we keep on advancing our kingside pawns. So I really like this example. I hope this was useful, and we'll continue analyzing in the next videos. Thank you. This is Grandmaster Damian Lemos here for onlinechesslessons.net. First of all, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to receive more free chess videos from us, you can just click the subscribe button below. I would also highly recommend signing up for my free mail course, the 10 Grandmaster Secrets to Dominate Chess. During this exclusive course from onlinechesslessons.net, I'll share with you my own Grandmaster shortcuts to effective attacking, defending, and growth hacks to improving your chess without complicated books or memorization. So sign up by clicking the sidebar on the right, and I know you won't be disappointed. Once more, this is Damian for onlinechesslessons.net, and I'll see you in my videos. Thank you.